Oops. We need to be careful. I almost ended the live.
Yikes.
Kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun die or die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you live there. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, this the Feast of Purim. You BK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bass and they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. You ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi why he get them babies herpes. I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'll punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof, that is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's right, man. That's absolute proof. Like, he got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know the blasphemy of them. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America.
Buck roll.
Nigga like this used to have that white bitch popping on the night.
night shift. Now I'm one westward, sharper than an ice pick. On you rappers' necks, and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see, most of them scared to witness. Go and close your eyes, there's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences, 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on this war been my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in this war been my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani. My wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home and change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on the face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. That's why I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed jump can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. My whole life.
Hey, let's get it. Let's get it.
All right. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. We back at it again. YouTube trying to mess around. They trying to hit us with violations, telling us we got to restart our own channel. We did have the Rise Podcast 1969. Going forward, we're just going to be the Rise 1969 on YouTube. But for now, we're streaming on ISUPK Canada. This is the Rise 1969. It's a podcast or a video cast that we're going to be doing on YouTube, as well as streaming on Clubhouse, going out damn near every Sunday around the 5:30 hour. All right, so let's get it. Let's get it. We're gonna go into it. With me, I got Officer 500 BARAQYAAHLA, and on stage on Clubhouse, I got Precinct Officer 500 Taquan. Right, get those brothers a hand. Right, so let's get to it. Let's get to it. What's going on, Barack?
Hey, y'all already know who's in the place, who's in the building, the host doing the most. We back at it again. You understand? We're about to blaze some fire. You understand? We're about to let them know that they should have never canceled us in the first place. They can't stop the truth. You understand?
Damn right, they can't cancel the truth at all. right? And this is the thing we pray about. We pray about opening up the airwaves, right? So as them airwaves get out, like you're gonna hear more and more people saying what Commanding General Yohana has been saying since the 80s, right? That the Jews are black, right? One West ICPK is the original school, the only school. We've been doing this since 1969, and we're gonna keep doing it until our king gets here, and even after.
Damn
All right,
right.
so let's get into it, Barack. What do we got going on right now?
We got on right now. We got a Iranian threat to Saudi Arabia. That's what we got going on first.
Good night. Iran is threatening Saudi Arabia. What are they threatening them about? You got the article pulled up?
Okay, I'm pulling up. I'm pulling it up just now. 1 second. I don't
All right,
want
I'm gonna share it on the StreamYard.
no sweat. I'm gonna share the
All
clubhouse as well.
right. Anybody who's planning on watching on
Let me just put it on the clubhouse. Give me 1 second.
God, no sweat. And for everybody, yeah, y'all just tuning in. Make sure y'all go run up that DEFCON 4 from Natazab. Subscribe to that channel. That brother, good night. He's going to work in that song.
Most High in Christ, for sure.
Right. Like I remember when I first watched the video, I'm like, good night. This nigga move quick. He come on with bars.
Right. He was too thorough with that. They had to shut that down.
Shut it all the way down. He said no one in the Bible wear a yarmulke. I was like, good night. He killing it.
He said 6 ducks, alpha.
Right. Right. Salakia, listen, UPK, we about to take over the music industry. We watched Captain Tazariak host a battle. I call it the slaughter. That's slaughter of the hunted side of Clubhouse. It was wow, it did not work out in their favor.
Yeah, that wasn't no.
Hey, Lucky, I just want to say this. Wack is a Tawab brother, but I mean, they were not ready.
Right.
You know?
See, I think they thought we were going to be on that level. They was trying to play with it.
Yeah, they were expecting Kurt Franklin. Salakia, there's none of that here.
Just to quote Captain Qantas, they thought we were Christians.
Right. Right. They definitely thought. Well, Captain Akkad say you thought wrong.
Yeah, right.
It was a bunch of single sisters in her think about some UK brothers that night.
Good night. Most High in Christ. All right, Barack, you got that article ready?
It says U.S. and Saudi Arabia consider that Iran may be planning an attack on energy infrastructure in Middle East. This from CNN.
Khan, you can keep reading.
The United States and Saudi Arabia have shared intelligence with each other that indicates that Iran may be planning an imminent attack on energy infrastructure in the Middle East, particularly in Saudi Arabia, a U.S. official tells CNN. A Saudi official told CNN that Saudi Arabia shared intelligence of a possible attack with the U.S., but the source did not give any specifics.
All right, so they're preparing for an attack on the energy infrastructure. Right now, that sounds like everything to do with oil. Right, and you could see these nations they're gonna start gearing up to go to war. They're gonna find any excuse they can to fight each other because it's not of their own doing. Right, this is what the Most High has set in place. Right, the Most High he has it set up so these nations are gonna go to war with each other. Right, and it's going to be in favor of us.
Damn right.
All right, so what else is in this article?
So a second U.S. official said U.S. F-22 fighter jets already in Saudi Arabia are available to counter any threats.
God. Okay, so another thing that we're seeing is because the U.S. and many countries, especially Canada as well, right? We depend on oil from the Middle East,
Right.
right? And this is what Agent Orange was trying to stop, right? He was trying to make it so U.S. could rely on their own oil, right? Because now you got if anything happens in Saudi Arabia, that's gonna just like we see not too long ago, the gas prices are gonna go through the roof once
Kawakan.
again.
Facts.
Not only that one, but I mean, the U.S. already tried to look for other, source of oil, just like they're trying to holler at Ecuador, but Ecuador's like, I mean, we're already at odds with you, not because you need help, we're just gonna help you just like that out of the blue because you're asking for it. You understand? Considering everything that you do against Latino people,
Right.
because Ecuador, I think, is one of the countries with the most oils on earth, even just in South America only. I think that the
That's right.
Ecuador and Venezuela. I forgot which one is the number one, but one of these two countries, the U.S. was asking them, "Yeah, help us out." They said, "Hell no."
Most High in Christ. Well, you could. There is definitely a huge oil deposit, I believe, somewhere under Venezuela or Ecuador. Right. I'm not too sure on the proximity between those two countries. Right. But there is a very large oil deposit,
Khan,
and you
Wakan.
It's actually bigger in South America. They got more in South America. I heard. But
good
yeah,
night. That's
Wakan.
listen. That's how you know, right? That's how you know, like what they do to the Northern Kingdom, right? Because okay, so what I'm trying to say is, like, if Ecuador or Venezuela has a very large oil deposit, there shouldn't be famine in those countries. There shouldn't be people trying to escape there to come to the U.S. or go anywhere else,
come on, come on.
right? And it's just to show you that the curses, no matter where you go, the curses follow the children of Israel.
Damn right. Because to like it, just to add on that, it's like you say, the countries that we come from, whether it's Jamaica, Central South America, and stand in the Caribbeans or in Central South America, whatever the case is. I mean, our countries are not poor. There's a tape where a white man says these countries are not third world countries. We're just taking all the resources. I mean, we're not even taking the resources. We're just preventing the people from using the resources for themselves. So, like, I'm just paraphrasing, just so that you know that the people over there are not even supposed to be poor in the first place. You have all means to be like in the same state of that America is in financially, if not even
Right.
better. You understand? But they make sure they starve us, and your president they come in there and they keep everything for themselves, and they barely leave us the crumbs. So like it.
Now, what you're saying is definitely true because these countries with the resources and the minerals and such that they have, like there definitely shouldn't be any poor Caribbean or poor South American countries, right? And now, if they keep these countries poor, that means they're gonna have to. Okay, you keep someone poor so you can keep them enslaved,
Khan.
right? So again, we'll see exactly what happens. But Bubba Kashak, can you keep reading this article? Let's see what else is going on in here.
Khan. So the first official said there has been no increase in U.S. military protection levels in the region, as the U.S. military is not believed to be a target. State Department spokesperson Ned Price said Tuesday that the U.S. is concerned about the threat picture and in constant contact through military, diplomatic, intelligence channels with the Saudis. I mean, Salakia, other one. They're basically saying as long as they're not, a threat to U.S. personnel over there, we're not really gonna intervene. If Iran really wants to have at it with Saudi Arabia, I mean, let them have at it, even though Saudi Arabia is an ally. At the end of the day, they're not our people, regardless. But if they're threatening, like U.S. military, like a base or soldiers over there, Nari would intervene. That's basically what they're saying.
Right, right. And even as I go, I just scan the second paragraph or the third paragraph under what you just read, right? And I'm going to give you the quote from that paragraph. It says, "We won't hesitate to act in defense of our interests and our partners in the region." Right? So like that's exactly what you're talking about, where as
Okay.
long as it's not messing up their money, right? Or the oil they can get or whatever minerals they're looking at, right? They don't really care. Right? And the
Kawakami.
US hasn't really won any wars in the last maybe 30, the last 3 decades. They haven't really won any wars. So I highly doubt that they want to get into it with Iran. But again, this is what the Most High wants. He wants these nations to go to war, right? Barak, if you could, can you get Joel 3 and 9, Baba Kasha?
Kawakami.
Salaki, I'm gonna get it myself, so I could just be right there with you, because this is something the men of the Lord in the UPK we've known. We see all this thing, everything the news is talking about. We've already known about it. We've damn near seen it. It's in our scriptures. It's in our history book. Salakia, let me just get with you.
When you're ready, I want
Khan, no sweat. You could read it whenever you're ready.
a second.
Right. So as we wait, right. Again, if you're watching on YouTube or you're in the club with us right now, like, share, subscribe. Right. We're gonna try to do this going forward every Sunday around the 5:30 hour. We're not go too long today. Right. We appreciate everybody who's watching or tuned in with us right now.
All right, so I got it right here. Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war.
Right. So the Most High, He's letting you know. Salakia, I just lost. Read that one more time, Baba Kasha.
Kawakami. Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war.
Right. The Most High is telling you that the Gentiles, right? These Gentiles not being the lost children of Israel, these Gentiles being the other nations, the heathens, He's telling them to prepare war. Right. This is what's happening. Two woes have already happened. We're watching the gearing up for the Third World War. Right. And listen, if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native American, do not be afraid of this war. Right. This war is for your salvation. Right. He's
Damn
telling
right.
the Gentiles to prepare war. Right. Because if you're in the UPK, you already know this. This goes without saying, right? You cannot have peace without war. We got to go to war with the people who've had us in captivity so we can find peace. Because if we don't go to war with them, we're not going to have peace at all. Baba Shah, keep reading.
Kawakami. Wake up the mighty men.
Wake up the mighty men, right? The mighty men in Iran and Saudi Arabia, they're being woken up to war. Just like the mighty men of Russia and Salakia, Ukraine, they're being woken up right now. They're fighting right now. Here's another thing. You see the women in Ukraine, they know that they need a man. You're not going to hear no woman in Ukraine say, I don't need a man. Y'all sisters better wake up because the Most High is telling these heathens to prepare war.
They're right. It's like, let me keep reading on one.
Come
Come. Let all the men of war draw near.
right. All the men of war are drawing near. Good night. Listen, it's getting closer and closer. You're starting to see many of these nations threaten each other. Every day you see a threat to some other nation. Right, Salakia. You can keep reading.
Khan. Let them come up.
Read.
Khan. Verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords.
Right, listen, they're gonna have to beat their plowshares into swords, right? Meaning, after the people who are just farmers, the regular Joes. Listen, you've seen this all throughout Ukraine. All throughout Ukraine, regular Joes, the Joe Smo of the world, of the Ukrainian world, he can't just make potatoes no more for that vodka, right? He has to go and try to figure out how to turn that potato into some projectile. Listen, I watched on Good Night, right? I watched on Salakia. It was on some news channel where they showed a bunch of Ukrainians making Molotov cocktails to fight Big Bad Russia. I don't know how that really worked out for them.
They probably drank that liquor.
Listen, they're gonna need some strong liquor for that one.
Yeah.
Salakia, you can keep reading.
Khan. And your pruning hook into spears.
Right. You thought you just owned a supermarket and now you're being trained to fire off at M16 at Putin's men. And it's going to be a glorious battle, right? When the Lord commands the angels, right? The Lord is going to tell Christ, listen, it's your time now. Go march out. And our King Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he's going to command the angels and they're going to roll out and put to death the heathens that are round about us. Salakia, anything else in that verse? You can read the last part of that verse.
Khan. Let the weak say, I am strong.
And this is what you're seeing. You're seeing down there every nation who has an issue with the nations in power. They're coming up and saying, listen, we're strong now, right? Korea, they've always said Korea was weak. They said Korea was weak, and Korea is saying, listen, I'm just trying to push a button, right? For years, they thought Russia was not going to get back into power. And now you're seeing it. Now you're seeing Russia's back. Putin said, listen, we're out the ashes, we're back. Salakia, bro. You got something?
They're witnessing a Soviet reunion.
Good night. Listen, Gog is trying to become Magog again.
Khan. And Salakia, just to say that, just to add on Russia taking back what is theirs in the first place. A lot of these countries, I mean, whether it's Moldova, Poland, and Ukraine, they claim like, yeah, we were glad to be free from Russia, but really, probably like I'm not gonna speculate. Like I'm not gonna say half of the country. I'm gonna say a lot of parts or areas in these countries, they miss the Soviet Union. They miss Russia. You know, they want to get back within Russia. You know, just to kind of quote Trump again a little bit, right? They want to make Russia great again.
Good night. Right. Oh, listen, what they really want is black people back in slavery. That's what the real goal is. That's what if you were to just put a camera, secretly record our oppressors, right? Somewhere down the line, you're going to hear them talk about putting us back in our place, meaning under their foot. They're not happy that we're not under their foot anymore. Right? All right, Barack, let's get back into this article. Let's see if there's anything else in this article, or we could just drop it.
Yeah, we could drop it out of one.
I've seen lastly in this article it said the Pentagon press secretary Bridge General Pat Ryder would not confirm whether there's currently a specific threat, but said the Pentagon remains concerned about the threat situation in the region. Yeah, we're gonna drop this. All you gotta know is the Most High is preparing war for these heathen nations. Salakia, 1 second. Brock, you could bring up start reading the next article.
Okay, we're gonna head in Ontario right now. You understand? You know, really, I just want to say this. First of all, kids, whatever age you are, adults, listen, say no to drugs. Stop doing drugs. Because what's gonna come with drugs is that at some point you're either gonna go crazy, gonna get arrested, or you're just gonna overdose. You understand? Which is gonna come to the next article that we got, which is that there is a bad drug epidemic. I mean, any drug epidemic is bad, but when I mean bad, I mean there was a bad batch in Waterloo, in Ontario. You understand? That has a lot of people overdosing right now, right? So give me 1 second. I'm gonna share the article on Clubhouse. Let's put this article on Clubhouse. All right. Let's get to it now. So the article reads, 1 second. Right. Damn right. It's a Salakia one. It's only really a problem because it reaches their community. Because if Regent Park or Jane and Finch had that drug problem, it would not be an issue. You understand? Khan Wakan. Right. Salakia one, if I may, just to add on this, right? If we have any type of brother that has a drug problem, he's an addict. But if we come to the Caucasian man, he's not an addict. He has a drug problem. He needs help. You understand? That's what they call a double standard, something like that. Damn right. But let me get into the article. Khan. So it reads, several youths hospitalized after consuming suspected drugs in Waterloo, say police. Waterloo police are urging anyone who purchased or received unregulated drugs to not consume them after several young people were taken to hospital. It's like well, this is funny. It's like, You're telling someone who purchased an illegal substance not to take the illegal substance. Like they're trying to get high. How are you gonna stop them from getting high by telling them don't get high? Right. Come on. Kawakan. In a tweet posted late Wednesday afternoon, Waterloo Regional Police Service said they have responded to reports of youths exper- experiencing symptoms after consuming suspected drugs near University Avenue and Fisher Hallman Road. Let me skip that. So, police said they do not know exactly what kind of substances were consumed. We are still trying to determine what type of drugs were consumed. We have received information about possible cannabis or pills. We haven't been able to confirm that yet. Yes, right.
Salaki, I've been on mute the whole time on Clubhouse. Good night.
Yeah, I didn't even
Right.
realize that.
Stay away. No, it's all good. No, Salaki on the
Yeah,
StreamYard.
you don't see
If
it.
you're in the world, right, you want to stay away from all types of drugs. Right. You the brothers and sisters in ISUPK, we know how to fight that demon. We've been fighting that demon since 1969. Where we're not consuming drugs no more. We're not getting high. Right. What we enjoy is brotherhood and sisterhood. Salakia. Now, if you don't know, especially in Canada right now, there are people in their basements taking carfentanil, right, and stretching it out to I guess they call it regular fentanyl. It's like a less potent version of the carfentanil, right? And then they're pressing it into pills and putting the stamp of whatever. Like you think you're taking an oxycontin pill, right? Really, you're popping straight fentanyl, and that's how brothers and sisters are dying consistently in these streets.
Damn right. It's Salakia. I don't want all the brothers and
Come on.
sisters out here in the world. I mean, just say no to drugs. Just don't do drugs because, you know, with every single sin that you commit, there's a consequence that comes with it. You
Right.
understand? And UPK ever since 1969, just like my big brother said, we've been fighting them demons to try to bring you back home. You understand? To try to clean you up, clean your act, clean your life. You understand? Stop being a sodomist. Stop being a drug addict. Stop being a sinner. You understand? Because with all sins come judgment, right? And you know, whenever you do drugs, there is a risk of you overdosing or you having a psychotic episode. You never know what can
Right.
happen. You understand? That overdose might be your first and your last. You
And you know
understand?
what's so heavy about what you just said is about the psychotic breaks that happen because of cannabis smoke, right? And the government knows this. Many doctors know this. Officer Shariwan, he taught a class on this not too long ago, right? Where they know about the psychotic breaks that happen from consuming cannabis,
Come,
right? And
come.
some people, all they do is their whole day they smoke cannabis. They smoke weed. They'll smoke like 40 times in one day, back to back to back, right? And then you have the radio, you have television, you have all sorts of
Music.
media promoting cannabis use,
Damn right.
knowing
Even
that it's harmful to our people.
Salakia, I don't want. I don't want to say this because in Canada, I think weed is legal in Canada since what, 2017, 2018, right? I
Even
remember.
before it's been legal since around 20, maybe 2015, 2012, maybe around there.
But I mean, like nationwide.
Yeah, nationwide it's been legal. Justin Trudeau, that was how he won his first election, basically
Kawakan.
saying he was going to legalize weed, and then he did it. It was
Right.
around 2012, 2013. And then they started making dispensaries around in Toronto and other major cities around 2015, 2016.
Kawakan. What I'm gonna say is like I remember back in the days, like when I was in the world, I used to smoke and we used to make sure, we hide ourselves, just like crackers hide themselves when they smoke crack, in the alleys and everything. Nowadays it's like, you could walk anywhere and you see someone smoking a spliff on the street. You understand? You see someone smoking, you smoking their bong or a blunt right in front of you on the street, broad daylight. You understand?
And
I remember.
Salaki,
Come.
they listen, they're not even worried about if it's a spliff anymore. They got the vaporizers with the oils.
Right.
Like you can't even walk on a metro transit train or bus in the city of Toronto without seeing someone just live blowing vaporized smoke in the air.
Come. I mean, there's they have no they have no shame in getting high, meaning not that they were shameful in the first place, but they're not hiding it anymore. You
Right.
understand? And now it's like, I mean, we're just watching you killing yourself right now. You understand? Next thing you know, the moment you stop smoking weed or hey, Salakia, the moment the famines are gonna be worldwide, you understand, and they're not gonna be able, to supply you with marijuana, whatever the case is, you understand, or yeah, we may have another what we call another curfew, whatever, understand. You're gonna feel like withdrawal symptoms. You're gonna go crazy. You understand?
Salakia, is there anything else in this article we should? Let's see.
Not much. I mean, they're describing the symptoms that the kids are having.
Right. No, I'm seeing that. There's not really too much. Baba Kasha, can you get me Job 9 and 24?
Come.
Right, because listen, again, you have governments, right, who they turned around and they threw many brothers in jail, many sisters in jail. Many brothers have criminal records where they can't even work in certain jobs or get a decent job because of a little bit of drugs that they weren't supposed to be smoking in the first place. They weren't supposed to be consuming or using these drugs in the first place, right? But they did. And now, because of that decision, they can't get certain jobs. They can't get certain loans and whatnot. And at the same time, these same governments, these same oppressors in power will turn around and say, listen, it's legal now, but you got to buy it from us.
Right.
You can read the precept when you're ready.
Kawaka, Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right. You can see that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Right. Our oppressor is surely a wicked beast. Right. Now, that old serpent from the garden, who we know as the Edomites, right? They are extremely wicked. At one hand, they said, "Listen, you're gonna get a bunch of criminal time, or you're gonna get a record, and we're going to ruin your life over this weed." And now they're selling it on every corner. Like in my zone, you can't walk, or in my city, you can't walk 10 minutes without seeing a weed dispensary.
Kawaka.
Right. And in their mind, they said, listen, we're making weed legal to stop children from smoking weed. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? How does that even make sense? Right? Because cigarettes are legal, children still smoke cigarettes. It made it more popular.
Damn right.
Right. And they thought they were going to try and destroy the black market, and that hasn't worked out yet. Keep reading.
Kawaka. He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Right. And this is talking about how oppressors, they made the greatest judge on the earth, right? The greatest man, a black man at that, and they took his picture and painted some effeminate, some homosexual white boy, Caesar Borgia, and said, this is your king. Read.
Kawaka. If not, where and who is he?
And because your pastors and all your leaders and all the politicians that are in your neighborhood, they come around and they act like they're not telling you that the Jews are black. They're not telling you that Christ is black, right? Go on with the game, with the charade for money, right? And this is how we know who the wicked in the earth is, right? Because our pastors aren't telling you, listen, Christ is black. You shouldn't follow whatever the heathens say. You shouldn't follow what the oppressors say, right? And they go right along with it. The same pastors who are Salakia, who are in the black churches, they're the same ones who are telling so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in Canada to vote liberal. Them same liberals are the ones who legalize weed. And now, just like we read earlier, there's what they call unregulated drugs in their communities. Like there hasn't been unregulated drugs in the black communities for decades.
Right. And Salakia, just to add on that, I mean, that scripture says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Now you just have to look at all of the nations and compare like who is the wicked, and if a lot of them are just wicked, just who is the worst. You understand? And when you look at the pale face, so-called Caucasian men, the worst oppressor, that damn devil the Bible speaks of, you understand? He's killing everything. He's making drugs legal, right? He's killing the water, the air, the animal, all of the nations. He's oppressing even his own nation. You understand? Mostly he's oppressing us, killing us like by the thousand. You understand? So it's like if it's not the white man, if it's not the white man, the devil, then who is?
Right. We know the oppressor is the devil. And Salakia, we got scriptures that teach our brothers and sisters not to do drugs, right? Like
right.
We are told to suffer a witch not to live. A witch is a drug dealer, right? And for this reason of this article is why we would suffer a witch not to live, because a drug dealer doesn't give a damn about who they sell drugs to. A drug dealer who wants money will sell. He's gonna sell crack to his own mom, right? Listen, I can only tell you how many songs I've heard where brothers would talk about the experience of selling drugs to their own mom. Like I've heard Jeezy rap about it so many times, right? A drug dealer should not live. Listen, if you're selling drugs to your own people, Lord be with you, because the Lord is going to take your life some way or the other.
It's a lot, y'all. I just want to add something, because it's like I think it's in Philippines. You understand? If you're a drug dealer and you get caught, you get sentenced to death. You understand? And right now, Donald Trump is, he said he wants to run for presidency again for 2024, right? Talking about if he gets elected, he's going to call for the death sentence to the drug dealers. You understand? And really, it should be a sign to our people because he's really talking about blacks and Mexicans. You understand?
Right.
He's not talking about the Caucasian man like cooking up meth in his basement, whatever the case is. You understand? He's really talking about blacks and Mexicans because in in the eyes of white America, drug dealers are niggas and sticks.
Right.
You understand? So it's like if you get caught selling crack, coke, or whatever, and Donald Trump his plan comes to fruition, you're risking to get sentenced to death. Now that should be a wake up call that we should not use or sell drugs. You understand?
Damn right. All right, all right. So what do we got in this next article?
Last but not least, we got Amalek talking about. Listen, first of all, I just want to say this, the other one. They're trying to say Kanye and Kyrie are anti-Semitic, which is dumb because they are Shemites themselves, right? But now we have what's her name? Bad Baby. His real name is Danielle Bregoli. And
Listen, I just say to catch me outside, girl. I don't even got time for all that. Like, hey, that what? Listen, catch me outside, girl. The white girl that was on Dr. Phil.
right, yeah, catch me outside, girl. She threatened Dr. Phil. She told, yo, you know what? Catch me outside, Phil. You understand? So that girl now is blackfishing, portraying herself as a black woman, but no one is calling her anti-black. But as soon as we say the Jews are black, Kanye said the Jews are black. Kyrie didn't say nothing. He posted a movie that the white man is selling, talking about the Jews are black and they're anti-Semitic because it goes against the race of her father.
Good night. Well, it's black better. Hispanics and Native Americans, they do it better. Trying to be what
God.
to be. That's on trying to portray her best Salakia, her version of a sister.
They're right, talking about catch me outside. What are you talking about?
Right.
Dr. Phil said outside where? Catch who? What are you talking about?
All right, so Baba Kasha, can you read the article?
So Bad Baby, that's crazy. Responds after being accused of black fishing with new look. In response, Bad Baby shared a picture of her light foundation shade and shut down the accusations. Bad
Salakia, I'm looking at this picture right now, right? And the picture of what she did compared to what she looks like when she wakes up in the morning without makeup, it is not the same. You cannot tell me that this is the same people, right? If you were to just looking at the picture, you would think the woman on the right is Salakia. Again, we're streaming on YouTube as well. So if you want to see what we're looking at, you could just go to YouTube, right? isupkcanada.com on YouTube, right? The woman on the right, who's the same person as the woman on the left, you would think the one on the right is just a very light-skinned sister with a blonde weave. And it's horrible. It's letting you know that the whole world, right, even though they like to portray white women or Caucasian women as the beauty standard, right? The real beauty standard is a sister.
Damn right.
Right. This is why they act like sisters. Their mannerisms are like sisters. They want to do their nails like sisters. Even the way they do their makeup. Right. The way they talk. Right. You have Edomite women who they'll do their lipstick and they'll try to make the lips look bigger than.
Well, that's what you do. That's what you do right now. Salakia, the one. I remember there was a challenge before. I think it was the cup or the glass challenge. So women would, stick their lips in a cup and then pull out the cup so that their lips, looks appear bigger, like it would swell their lips. Understand?
That was the Kylie Jenner challenge.
Right, something like the Kylie Jenner thing, but it came to the point where some glasses were actually shattering on their lips. So it's like
Good night.
it's all fired on Slovakia. And the dumb thing is that some sisters were doing the same thing, looking like idiots because white women were actually trying to look like you, having voluptuous lips, big lips. But now, like, you're trying to do the same stupidness as white people do, and you hurt yourself. Wash, come on,
Right.
separate from these goddamn devils.
Sisters definitely don't have to do that. Right?
Wow.
And it's letting you know who the special people in the earth are. Right now, people will. I seen some brothers on YouTube, right? And this is how you know you're not supposed to listen to nobody except for the ISUPK.
Damn right.
People are trying to break this down on YouTube, and you had a young brother. You could tell he's just young and dumb and full of nonsense, right? He said, well, it's the same thing with sisters wearing weave. And it's like, okay, I can see where you're going with that, but it's not the same thing because sisters literally can't get jobs if they walk into an interview with their natural hair. Right. It's so much so that they had to pass laws to hire a sister with her natural hair. So it's definitely not the same thing.
Slovakia, I'm kind of, I'm surprised she didn't go with the braids though.
Listen, they gonna try to say if she did that. They'll just say it's braids aren't black. They try to turn around and say braids aren't black, like what they did when what's that devil's name? Kim Kardashian, when she was doing the boxer braids, right? Which that's what they call them. When we just call it it's a 4-piece, a straight back, just a 4-piece straight back.
But I'm single.
Yeah, no, she had like a straight back, right? Like just some cornrows, like but in 4, like, and they're trying to make it look like, oh, it's the boxer style, and white women have been doing this since forever. I'm like, Slovakia, I've never seen either my women since when, right?
Probably since they put us into slavery and they wanted to look as good as us.
Right. There's another picture. Like, I had to scroll up. I'm looking at her Dr. Phil picture. Listen, her Dr. Phil picture looks like Meg from Family Guy.
Yo.
And I'm looking at this picture, this 2022 picture, and it's just not the same, right? She's trying her best to be a sister. And here's another aspect of it, right? Amalek is always stealing culture.
Yeah, right.
Right? Or Edom is always stealing something, right? We know that our oppressors, the European nations, they don't have a culture. They just take whatever they see us do and they roll with it. I was on Facebook the other day. There's some Korean woman, right? And she's rapping. And listen, I heard the raps. And I'm like, what sister is that? I didn't even realize what I was looking at first. I just heard the raps. So now I had to go back and refresh the video and look, it's a Korean woman. Like black people, we can't have anything without the heathen nations trying to take it from us.
Slovakia, one.
God.
I know exactly what video you're talking about. So I'm watching it and thing. So I'm hearing it first. I'm like, yeah, it started, that's a sister. But then I hear like some weird language, some mumbling, whatever the case is. I'm like, yo, that sounds like Asian. So I'm watching the video. I'm like, okay, that makes sense now.
Good night.
She's
good night. Yeah, listen, we're the salt. Slovakia?
She went from the black hawk to the cat hawk.
Good night. Yeah, this nigga crazy. Listen, we're the salt of the earth, and we lost our flavor because we decided to step away from what the Lord wants, right? And because we're not doing what the Lord wants, everything we do, another nation copies, and they make money off of it. It's just like there was another sister. She had a viral song on TikTok. They damn near took down her video and had some Asian man singing the song, right? And they blocked her video.
That's just too bad too.
Right. All right. What else we got in this article, Barack?
Let's start the article. So, Bad Baby has responded to claims that she is blackfishing after she unveiled a brand new look on Instagram. In the clip, the rapper, Soraka, Soraka, she's a rapper. Yo, hey, all right. In the clip, the rapper, real name Daniel Bregoli, shows off her new look that includes a blonde wig and makeup with a filter that makes her skin appear darker than it usually does. Yeah, she's trying to look
Good
like a
night.
light
And
skin, trying to look like Beyonce.
that's, you know what the crazy thing is? That's not actually, this is not something new that's going on.
Wow,
Caucasian women has been portraying themselves as black women for a long time. I
I like
think a
that.
couple of weeks ago there was another Caucasian woman, somewhere from the Eastern European
Yeah,
bloc. She got
the
some
Polish girl.
tan lotion on, real thick, real heavy, to a point where, like, if you see these pictures, unless nah, I could only imagine because I've never seen or had a conversation with any of these kind of women who do that kind of thing. Like, you would have to imagine, like, once they start talking, you should be able to tell, like, listen, this is not a sister.
Kawakan, Salon
But
one.
come on.
You're talking about the Polish girl that dressed like Mrs. Incredible. You know,
Right, right.
the thing is that there's a video going viral talking about, it's a black woman dressing as Mrs. Incredible, you know, and then a brother comes into the video saying, "Hey, let me remind you, that is not a black woman. That is a Caucasian woman. That is a white woman." And the thing is that, like you say, you will never know. You understand? Because I mean, in 2022, they're so crafty with the surgery and the makeup and everything. I mean, it is crazy to the point where she actually looks like a sister, but she not. You
Good
understand?
night.
I mean, they're doing the reverse Michael Jackson on us.
Slovakia. Listen, again, sisters do it better, man. Like, there's no reason. Okay, now I just have to listen. Brothers be chasing after these dogs, right? They be wanting to be in beds with canines when you could just go get a sister, right?
Damn
Go get
right.
a sister from the hood. Don't be weak and tell me about her attitude. Be strong. Break down her attitude. Break her down to the molecules and rebuild her back up into the sister that you want. Salakia, I don't know about saying, like, I've heard countless brothers say this. Listen, I can't deal with these black women because their attitudes. It's like, brother, you're weak. Like,
Damn
what are
right.
you talking about? Like, man the hell up. Man up and listen, that sister want to yell. You better have a yelling match in that house. That
Yeah.
eventually she's going to stop yelling because she's not gonna want to yell. She wants to bark. Yeah, we're gonna bark. And eventually you're gonna stop barking. I'm gonna still bark some more, and you're gonna learn not to bark. Salakia.
So yeah, let me
What else
keep
do we
going.
got in this? So what was her response to this accusation? Is there a response? Because I remember there's a video of this same woman. She said, who wants to be a black girl? Salakia. And now she looks like a very light-skinned sister.
Right. I'm trying to look at. Yeah, the response really is that she showed the color of her makeup. Talking about just the color of her makeup. It wasn't really like intentional. But when it comes down to it, I mean, you're colorblind or something. You can't see that the makeup's gonna make you look like a black woman. Like, who are you taking for a fool? You understand? But if I keep going down in the article, it says a Slovakia.
Yeah, I'm reading it. It's not really saying too
No,
much.
now it's
I
just going
see
on
where
regular
one
papers talking
user,
about
one
that.
Twitter user,
Yeah,
yeah, I
right.
see one Twitter user saying this is 100% blackfishing, right?
Another
Another
one.
added, this is a whole white woman. Salakia.
That's Lassie right here.
She right,
Slovakia.
right. She wants to be Salakia. Burak, can you get me Deuteronomy 7 and 6, Baba Kashan? She thinks she's doing something here. And this is to let sisters know, like, right? I hope like eventually all sisters can hear this, right? Y'all sisters are beautiful. Y'all don't have to be going into surgery to do any of those BBLs because you're dying from these BBLs. You got sisters flying out to South America and into the Caribbean to go get BBLs and they're not making it back. Y'all are beautiful. Y'all just gotta love yourself and listen. If you're with a man who wants you to get a BBL, you should call the ISUPK for some counsel, right? And get in class and learn how to love yourself because you don't need that. Again, I've never met an ugly sister, Salaki. I'll say it like that.
Oh, God. Like I got Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6.
Right. I seen some ugly Edomites though. I seen a bunch of ugly Caucasian women, Slovakia, looking like wrinkle face. Like that skin starts to dry up, they look like alligators.
Slovakia, one Ruby looks better than these dogs.
Slovakia, pause. This nigga said. Good night. I ain't even gonna tell you. We'll just act like it's good night. All right, you can read Deuteronomy 7 and 6 when you got it.
Oh God. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Right? This is the Lord telling blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're a holy people, a separate people, right? We're special to the Most High, right? We're not the same as the Catch Me Outside girl. A sister is not the same as that, right? You listen, you got brothers who performed open heart surgeries. You got brothers who invented stuff. We got a bunch of brothers who are talented on the basketball court or any arena, and it's just not the same, right? You got they say Luka Doncic, he's a European man, he could ball, but listen, he's not doing anything that a brother hasn't done already. Khan.
You're going too far too early right now. You know, just as simple as that. The white man, without us, he would not have any doorknobs. We invented the doorknob. He would not be able to pick up dust because we invented the dustpan. You understand? Like the most simple things in the world, we made it anyways. Like these people are so, I would say, mentally backwards. They can't do nothing for themselves. They can't do shit for themselves. You understand? We made the dustpan. We made the broom and the broomstick. You understand?
The filament for the light.
Right? You understand? We made the stoplights, stop sign. We made the fucking refrigerators. Like we make the world go around. We made the elevators. You understand? Without us, NASA would not be on the moon.
Right. We got those sisters are responsible for that. They helped them devils get up to the moon. Allegedly, right? Allegedly they got to the moon. I don't know.
Hey, I don't know.
Salakia. Let's break down the rest of this precept.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Right. The Lord chose us to be special. If you're Black, Hispanic, and Native American, you're special. That's why during the wars they went to the tribe of Gad to figure out how to break German codes. They wanted to hunt. Right now, Esau, he's a great hunter by himself, right? He knows how to hunt and kill black people. He knows how to hop out of a car and shoot a black child within damn near 3 seconds. They know how to hunt our steps. But when it came to warfare, right? When it came to warfare in the West and how to hunt buffalo and how to hunt the beaver for their fur trade, right? They went to the Gadites to do that, right? We are a special people, so special that this Edomite dog right here, she wants to look like a sister.
So like the dog trying to look human.
Good night. Good night. He's trying to look like she's special. She's trying to look like she's special onto our God. right? And it's not the same.
So Salakia, the one. She could
God,
put she could put all the weave, all the makeup she wants. She could start wearing braids, trying to talk like us, trying to cook like us, even though that's not possible, very unlikely. But you ain't gonna get salvation regardless. You understand? You can't fool the eyes of the Most High. What are you talking
right,
about? You're trying to you're trying to blackfish Christ now? What's going on?
right, good, nice. You can see that these people they have no flavor.
Damn right.
Salakia, let's keep reading this precept.
What kind?
Finish out that scripture, Baba Kasha.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're above all people that are on the face of the earth. This woman is trying to be a sister. She's trying to be something that she's not. She has no flavor to a point where, okay, I remember, right, when this woman, when she first came out and they said she was rapping, I was in the world, right, and I'm like, okay, let me hear what she's saying, because I like rap. I want to hear all types of rap, right? So I'm like, let me listen to what she's saying. Now she's keeping the flow, and then I started listening a little closely. I'm like, yo, she sounds like a black girl that's rapping. When you do the research, the woman that's writing her music is a black girl.
Right.
That's how you find out she has no flavor, and she's just trying to be chosen, right? Just like the rest of her people who are in the little sliver of land they call Israel today, right? They're trying to be chosen. They're trying to act like us when it doesn't work. All right, Brock. Anything else you want to talk about on this article before we close out?
Yeah, I just want to read this. I just want to read the comments real quick. Salakia.
God.
Who that Meech from Twitter said that Cash Me Outside girl from Dr. Phil has fully transitioned into a light skinned black woman.
Good. No. It's not the same. One looks like Mary Lou.
Yo, Salakia. This one, I
God.
don't know if it's devil or not. It said, not bad baby going from side to side, switching her style from side to side.
Good, nice. Okay, I don't even know about what the hell they talking about.
Salakia. He dared to say like he went from Ariana Grande to Nicki Minaj. Now let me correct you real quick. Nicki Minaj is not a black woman. Nicki Minaj is a dirty coolie. She's taking dirty coolie. You understand?
Right. I had that conversation with a sister, right? Another Trini sister, and she was, because Nikki's Trini as well. She tried to cape for her, like, no, she's not. I'm just like, Salakia, sis, you're just wrong, right? I keep going through these pictures, and they're showing the makeup or the foundation that she used to turn a little more orange, right? And she's just trying to say it's the makeup. But from what I've known, from what I've heard sisters talk about, right? And if there's any sisters listening, y'all could type in it to let us know, like, isn't there, like, when it comes to makeup, like foundation and stuff like that, doesn't it go by like different shades, right? So she purposely chose the shade or the Salakia. I'm trying to figure out how to say it, but she chose a shade that would make her look closely to some light skin sister.
Kawakan. And Salakia, the one you said she's trying to look orange. She ain't trying to look orange. She's trying to look light skin. She's trying to look, like a browning.
No, she looks orange. In this picture that's next to the thing, she looks
Yeah,
like
they got the red shades on.
Donald Trump's daughter.
Okay, yeah, I had to take off the red shades. God, Lord, damn, what's going on?
You got the shades on. She looked like Donald Trump's daughter right here. This is Agent Miss Orange.
She looked kind of like pinkish, something. I don't know, something mixed between, like, Like she looked like some kind of Skittles or Starburst.
She the orange M&M.
She's lighter than orange, though. That's weird. Yeah, what the hell?
It is definitely
I
weird.
picked up the shade and like, wow, what's going on? That's a lot. Hey, that's bad. Yeah, she's not bad, but that's bad in the worst way possible.
Oh, that's not so the shack. That's the biggest one we know.
Good night. Again, listen, we're about to close out. Oh, snap. What the hell? We're about to close out, right? Again, sisters do it better. If you're a sister, love the skin you're in because your oppressor is trying to be like you, right? She wants to be exactly how you are, and everybody wants to be black until it's time to get canceled. Salakia.
Salakia, when you still got the article up, no, man. Because if you would have scrolled down a bit further, you would have seen another picture of her who tried to do some black fishing with a black wig this time. She was trying to look like a light-skinned sister.
Nah, I'm too up. Listen, I'll just go look at sisters. I've had enough of sisters, of white women trying to be sisters for the day.
Damn, but how she went to looking like Casper to looking orange? Damn.
Good night. Good night. I don't know, but listen, next Sunday we're gonna be right back at it again in the 5:30 hour. Right? Again, the Rise 1969. We got a rebrand going on. We're back at it. Right? You can check out the Rise 1969. It's gonna be an up and coming YouTube channel. We're also on Clubhouse. If you're on Clubhouse listening right now, follow the club, right? Follow the moderators on stage. And we'll be back again next week. Brock, anything else you want to say?
Yawashim Shabbat Thumb to all the brothers, Yawashim Hatam Hashim to all the sisters. This is Big Priest Ops 1000 ZABADYAH and your favorite host doing the most. Ops 500 BARAQYAAHLA. You already know Wagwan. Tune in next week. You understand? Shalom, Israel.
All right, with that said, we're tuning out. You're the favorite host now.
Pay your time.
Right. All right. Shalom. Y'all Bashim Yoshai Barak, thumb to all the brothers. Y'all Shema, thumb Bashim Yoshai to all the sisters. Let's get it.
Shalom.
All right, Brock. We're still live on this Clubhouse, right? On this YouTube, right quick. I think I'm gonna end it this way.
Yeah, I just ended it.
You ain't no Israelite, bitch. You a gospelite, bitch. Fuck you talking about? If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick locked, loaded? Boy, he'll fade just line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK too solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch. I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. Why they hoe wanna take my piece? All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the starter and I show her. She could never get a priest holding. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bitch muggin'. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick locked, loaded? Boy, he'll fade just line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK too solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch. I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me.
bass up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR 223, Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen, boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road, boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UBK play for keys, nigga. Commanding to get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I was stalking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga, I popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked. Loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brother.